about to get this interview done. What's going on, Krude? Thank you for coming through.
That's I appreciate it.
Yeah, all day. All right, so let's get right into it. We're gonna let the people know, who you are, where you come from, and where you grew up.
So they call me Krude, dog, and I came from I'm from Santa Paula, and I grew up in a little street. It's a dead end, and it's called Santa Ana, and basically I grew up there all my life,
So you're born and raised there, right there in Santa Ana on that street, or?
Yeah, 15 years. My dad still lives there. I have family that live like literally across the street, like next door. Like,
yeah. So your whole family's from SP, pretty much.
Yeah, mainly most of my family, they're from Santa Paula.
That's right. That's what's up. It's crazy because we're so close. I started in Santa Paula, but I never found myself out there a lot. Not really.
Yeah. It's a small town.
It's
too,
very small.
Like,
It's small.
that shit.
Everybody knows
old,
everybody.
like old school.
Type
It's like an old school fucking town, and basically everybody knows each other and shit.
It definitely 100%. I get that vibe out there for
Yeah.
sure. All right, so I want to talk a little bit about your first music video that we did together. That's when we clicked up, and the video's called, or the song's called "No Turning Back."
Back, homie, there's no turning back. And bullets fly, gee, I'm used to that. And I ain't tripping on a bitch, just make me laugh. They better pray that I don't catch it, cause I'm squeezing back.
Yeah, that was my first video right there.
What made you want to proceed to doing a video rather than just making songs? Because I know that you have a few songs out there.
So I was seeing all these fools like rapping and shit, and doing videos, and I was like, well, I've been doing music for almost more than a decade already, more than 10 years.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck, I should do a music video,
Yeah.
See how it goes,
And what about what about taking it serious though?
Taking it serious,
because that's a whole different ballgame right there.
That's another level.
Yeah,
right
making
there,
music and then actually taking music serious,
doing videos
to do
and all that
something with
shit. It's something else, I started off maybe last year, dog. Last year, I'm telling you, I seen everybody doing music videos and shit, and I was like, man, that shit looks easy, I can do that shit too, And honestly, the first music video, I was pretty shy, I was like, fuck, how am I, I didn't even showing my face on the camera and shit like that, and I was like, fuck. So I did get I drink maybe 3 tall cans or some shit.
Yeah.
And I had to open up, I was like, fuck, I never I don't like my face in the camera in the first place, and I was like, fuck it, how am I gonna do this shit,
Yeah, but you know what? It was actually a pretty good outcome because I believe it has over 30,000 views or something like that, or how much?
Yeah, it's around almost 50K almost,
Yeah, it's
together is about 50K right now.
Yeah, because we have it in both of our channels. So I believe it's at about 50K. So you know what? It's not that easy to get that many plays.
Yeah.
To be honest, a lot of people struggle to get a 1K or 2K.
Yeah, to even 10K,
it
takes a while
50K.
Sometimes,
So that says a lot. That says a lot, and you sparked a lot of, and you know what? I want to bring up the fact that because you're the first person that I record that's from Santa Paula.
I remember you. Yeah, I remember you were asking me hey, where are we at and shit.
Yeah. I've never posted any.
And I was like, hey, for this area, you could get hit by anybody.
Yeah, you pretty much you're warning me.
Yeah,
you're warning me.
Yeah.
I remember that, but that's what's up. It was cool. It was a cool experience, and it was a successful video.
Yeah.
So I want to talk a little bit about the voice of Santa Paula.
I present myself as the voice of Santa Paula because right now, I feel I'm the only one putting Santa Paula on the map. I feel I'm the only one that's been doing videos and just throwing Santa Paula out there,
representing it heavy.
Yeah, pretty much representing it heavy. There's other artists, don't get me wrong, shout out to them artists too, but there's other fools, there's other guys that repped it before,
Yeah.
But lately, I haven't seen them up there no more. I don't know what they're doing.
Nah, it's been quiet too.
Yeah,
it's been,
yeah.
Yeah. All right, so I want to move forward and talk about Breed Music, which is a clothing brand or just general brand that that you're coming out with.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so like my cousin, he has Brief Music tatted on him, right? He's a musician himself, you know. He's like music, like even probably before me, you know, like.
Right.
He's one of the reasons why I wanted to fucking record, like try rapping, you know, like I seen this fool record in one time and I was like, the fuck? I would write poems, fool, like I was a freshman writing poems and shit like that, you know? Mm. So like I seen him record and I was like, what the fuck? Like I could do that shit, like this fool's rhyming just like I could rhyme, you know, like.
Right.
So then I got into it.
Is he an artist that was able to put some shit out, like, you know?
Yeah, but like it's hard to find now, you know, like.
Oh, okay.
His shit's not really out there.
Is
like
he older? Or?
He's my age actually, but he's not like out there like that no more. He's like he's into band, like banda, like you know, like.
Shit, that's right. You know, a lot of people are transitioning, you know? To that type.
Yeah,
type
he changed it up.
Yeah.
But he's kind of what got me started to record, you know, like rap, like more, you know.
I feel so. He introduced you to like the studio.
Yeah, to a studio, you know. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Do you have any songs out with any major artists, you know, in the past or recently in the present?
Honestly, I don't. Like, I never, like, picture myself, like, paying for a feature, you know? Like, I feel like...
Is that why you don't have any songs with major artists? Because you don't want to... Or why? What's your opinion on paying for features? Like, what's your input?
I just feel like if you're gonna... You could pay for a feature, right? And, like, you still won't make it. You know, like... It does help you, like, for views, but... It's helping the other artists. He's getting paid for it. You're not, you know, like... That's the way I see it. Like, you're not getting paid for it. Like, and I feel like... I could do a lot more, too, you know, myself. Like, I feel like I could do more and, like... Eventually maybe get paid for it, you know, like...
Yeah.
I've done it once. Don't get me wrong. I've done it once with some fool that passed away from High Power, but
right.
That was almost like only like one times that I did it, you know, like.
Yeah.
And the only reason I did do it was because I was gonna come out on his label, you know, and the song was coming out on his label, so I was like, fuck, it benefits me too, you know.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna get heard a little bit, but that's probably like the only time I actually like paid for a feature and shit.
Yeah, I feel you. All right, for sure. So I want to keep moving forward, and I want to ask you a question. You know, I want you to let the people know. You know, why should people fuck with you? You know, why should anybody pay attention to Krude? You know, and the moves that you're making, and everything. Like, what separates you from other people? You know, why should people fuck with you?
When it like to me, like when it comes to music, like I feel like I rap about what I live, you know?
Yeah.
A lot of fools they rap about some shit that they don't live, you know? Like, and I feel like I'm a real motherfucker, you know? Like, I feel like I'm real, and I feel like if you fuck with gangster music or whatever, like, whatever you want to call us in Chicano music, whatever, that I'm there, you know? Like, I don't know how to explain it to you, but if you, like, fuck with that shit, like,
yeah, you're saying like if you fuck with that type, if you fuck with like gangster rap and shit like that, like they should fuck with you because you're keeping it 100. Like,
I'm keeping it real, dog. I'm not bullshitting about my shit, you know. Like, I'm keeping it real, and that's why I feel like whoever's following me or supports my shit, like, I'm a real motherfucker. You're supporting, you know. So I'm not faking that shit, you know. Like,
no, that's right. Hell
yeah.
Yeah. Can you talk about Welcome to My Life, and I want to throw in Punk Bitch in there too.
Yeah, take it. There's many rappers trying to come up, but I doubt it. Cause I'm the realest, I'm a G and I'm about it. I was stomping, catch you unexpected, then I hop on the rampla. Move on to the next little bitch like a trampa. Fuck, I get along, I give a fuck if you are raza.
All right.
You have a song named Punk Bitch. Welcome to My Life, Punk Bitch. Like, can you chop it up a little bit about those tracks and about those videos so people can get a little background on them?
Yeah. So Welcome to My Life, like, it's a song of different events that I lived through in life, right?
Right.
From losing my daughter to gangbanging, losing my best friend.
I want to pause you right there for a second, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
So the first thing that came out of your mouth was like losing your daughter.
Fuck, it's kind of hard, you know, like,
to talk about it.
Yeah, like, cause like I still feel like it was yesterday, you know. So
yeah,
it's something that I wouldn't wish upon to anybody, you know. Like, that's just gachos, you know. Like, it's fucked up, and like sometimes, like, I'm a God believer, dog, and like I feel like sometimes like I can't believe in God. Like why would you take somebody's daughter, you know? Like, So it's kind of hard to like. It's a hard topic, you know. And I'm gonna mention this because like not a lot of people know this shit, but all these music videos that I've done so far, like they're from music that I've done 8 years ago. You know, like this music is old.
So this is not nothing
This
recent that you
is
recorded.
nothing new. You know, like the audio is old as fuck. You know, it's 8 years old. Like I was recording in my closet. Like you know, like it was getting mixed and mastered by myself. You know, that shit wasn't even professional. Like,
well, let me ask you a question. Is there a reason that you chose to shoot music videos like, you know, these days with old music? Like, is there a reason for that?
yeah, like I kind of like I was like this music, like even though it's old, like it was one of my favorite songs. You know, like they were meaningful, and I made those songs for a reason. You know, like they had meanings to it. Every song has a meaning to it, you know? And I was like, fuck, I'm gonna bring them back and kind of laugh at these fools that are coming up and kind of show them like I can do that shit too, you know? Like,
yeah, and this is old shit. You know,
yeah,
this
like
is not
you fools are liking my old shit. You guys don't even know how old this shit is. Like, wait till you see my new shit, you know? Like,
yeah.
Like, and I just laughed. Like, the first one got like 50K almost, you know? And I'm like, fuck, like that shit got 50K and that shit's old as fuck, you know? Like, that's just crazy, you know.
I want to talk a little bit about because I know, like I you know, obviously I follow you, you know. So sometimes you post pictures with like youngsters that you run into. Can you talk a little bit about like some encounters that you have with like youngsters?
Fuck, when it comes to like youngsters, like that's just crazy, like, cause they're coming from all areas, you know, like especially Oxnard, like. Like I got into a car accident one time and like I was just talking to the person that I hit, you know, like
yeah. So you rear-ended somebody.
I was just I fucking hit somebody and like so I was talking to this lady and like next thing you know that like these like 4 fools come out, you know.
Yeah. Wait, come out of the person's car that you hit?
Nah, they were like walking and like they see me, so they
were on the sidelines?
Yeah, they came up to me and they're like, hey, they were trying to whisper at me and I was like, what's up? And they're like, are you this person? I was like, yeah. And they were trying to get like my autograph and pictures and shit, you know. And I was like, fuck, like, hey, hold on, like, I'm in the middle of some shit, you know.
I just got in the mother.
Yeah, like I just hit a car, dog. Like, fucking chill real quick, you know.
Did they see that shit?
And like, yeah, they didn't see that I hit. Like, they didn't know what was going on. And after that shit happened, like, I turned around and they were gone. And I kept driving. Like, I took off and I caught them slipping, you know. They were still walking, and I was like, I'm gonna pull over, you know, and like give them that picture they want, you know. Yeah. So I got off, and they got a picture with me and shit. And yeah, like I said, like everywhere I go, dog, like fucking the little kids, you know, they're fans, you know. Like I've been around for a long time, but video wise and like trying to make it more serious, I'm new, you know. Like I'm barely coming up, you know.
But people still be fucking with you out here and shit, you know.
Like, Ventura, like Oxnard, Santa, Fillmore, like it's crazy, dog.
So speaking about youngsters, you know, speaking about the kids and everything, what kind of advice would you give any kids that are looking at your shit, you know, that are fucking with your music, or maybe even inspiring to be artists themselves? Like, is there any feedback that you would give any kids out there?
So so the kids, like, they get brainwashed, right? And like they're thinking that shit's cool, and they're like, fuck yeah, like I want to do that, you know, like, but really it's like nothing to fuck with, you know. Like the streets is something else, you know. Like I try to give them, like, every time I see a kid, like I'll try to give them like good advice, you know, like positive shit, you know, like you don't want to go through this shit, you know, like it's just something else, you know.
So you try not to lead them in the same
Yeah, I'm
path
trying,
that you went through, right?
Yeah.
Is that it right there? Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's keep it moving. You know, before we wrap it up, you know, I just want to put it out there. You know, you're in the process of building your resume at the moment. You know, your resume is not too huge, but you know it's off to a good start. You know, and I just want to put it out there. You know, I do this shit here so people can get to know you guys. You know, as a person. You know, me personally, I like to watch interviews of artists and their character, their way of being, their thought process. Like that's the type of shit that makes me want to fuck with artists.
Yeah,
give
yeah,
them a chance.
Yeah.
So we both from the 805, and I just want to put it out there. You know, this is for you guys and shit, so people can get to know you guys.
Yeah,
and,
for sure.
And shit. So, any shout outs that you want to give before we wrap this up?
Well, yeah, like shout outs, I'll give a shout out to my brother. That fool's been there since day one. Like that fool supports me like for anything.
Nah,
like
hell
he
yeah!
helps
Shout
me out.
out to him. He's been at every video that
he's been in all my
videos.
videos. Like shout out to all my homies that been on my videos too. My cousins. Shout out to Snake Pit Apparel from Santa Paula. They support me a lot too, and that's a clothing brand over there too, Shout out to them, and shout out to fucking Travi G from Brownside too, like that fool's bringing me up to his new label, like Troublemakers Entertainment. That's Travi G's new like little brand she's doing, So shout out to that homie for like putting me on his shit, that means a lot too, coming from a real motherfucker too, like that fool's he's a real cat, and he's trying to help me out too, and I appreciate that shit,
Hell yeah! So you have some moves coming up. So stay tuned for Krude, cause he's a new wave and shit. He's about to get some shit cracking. So stay tuned and shit. That's what's up. Well, thank you for coming through, and I'll put the links of his music in his bio and show you guys what's up. And thank you for coming through, Krude.
I appreciate it.
Hell yeah! All love.
Estamos.